Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. Today we are going to spin this gorgeousness. This is a sock blend that I made. This is a nice smooth batt, and I used superwash merino and mohair locks, and oh, it's gorgeous. The one thing that I really like about this is when you have superwash merino, you can card it on the drum carder and make really cool blends, and it's still fine for making socks because of the superwash nature. The fibers, all the scales are removed, so nothing interlocks, so it's not going to felt or pill or have the difficulty wearing like we talk about with woolen and worsted prep. So even though this is a semi-worsted prep, it is going to wear for socks beautifully. So what I'm going to do, so this is like a gray with some light purple in it and some blue. The locks that I used, I ran it through the drum carder once and opened up the locks and made this really lovely batt, and I've just been ripping pieces of it and using it in blends. Here we are. And what I'm going to do is just look at this. This is going to be a mostly homogenized spin. So I'm going to divide this into thirds, and I'm probably going to spin this 3-ply, although we haven't done opposing 3-ply in a while, so I might do that. So let's get started. Before we jump onto the wheel, I wanted to do a little update on one of my projects I just finished. This is finished in February, and I am trying to get some of my whips off the needles, and this was one of them. I think in the summer I did a video about the Kiviot, and I did the hand prepping and spinning, and we looked at the cloud versus spinning from poonies, and this is the final result here. I made this cowl, and this was the commercial yarn that I matched when I was spinning so I'd get the same weight, and then this was the hat that I had made also out of the commercial yarn years ago. So here is the finished cowl. I love it. This is so, I've been wearing it all day long. I just finished it like 2 days ago. The pattern is called Aisling Hat, A-I-S-L-I-N-G. I think it's on Ravelry also. I just modified that hat pattern, same cabled pattern here, and I love it. Finished in February. I've got one thing completely finished. I'm getting close on a couple other things. So let's jump back to the wheel and I will get going on this sock spin. We have this in thirds and I am ready to get this on the wheel. I wish I could capture the color better. It's a little bluer than what we're seeing here. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to get this out in the daylight and you can really appreciate it. What I have here is the thirds, and I've started spinning this single, and I will just continue doing this. And I'm spinning this around a WPI of 45. My spinning tool only goes to a WPI of 40, but I'm going to do this a little thinner than that. And what I've been doing is I'm just ripping off longitudinal strips here, like this, from my batt, and spinning them from there. Now, the thing with, merino in general, but superwash merino even more so, is you really have to have a lot of twist. I will show you here what happens if you don't. It can become maddening if you aren't putting enough twist in your single. You want it to be, so see here, I'm pulling on this and it's not going to come undone. I'll let it break and with not enough twist on it, and then I'll show you how maddening it is. But for the setup, I am using the smaller whirl on my regular sized whirl. So I have 3 different whirls. I have a jumbo whirl, which I have never even used. This is my regular whirl, which I use most commonly, and then this is my small one. And I can put this on and switch it out for my regular whirl. This is for like cotton and very, very short stapled fibers. I don't need this for merino, but I do need the smaller whirl here to give me some faster flyer motion so I can get this twist in here. So for the more twist, you're gonna have a lower draw and the smaller whirl here. It doesn't matter on the bobbin part here, but on the whirl, this small part there. And I am using the hot dog technique here where I'm just squishing it in and letting the new fibers blend with the previous fibers. And this is really spinning fine, and I love it so much. It is just spinning like butter. And once I'm going to get going here, we'll do a little plyback test, and then I will show you the what happens if you don't have enough twist in this. And I'm still checking my plyback test frequently just to make sure that I'm not skimping on twist. So here is our plyback test. I'm trying this from a different angle today. I thought it might look nicer because the sun is coming in, and I've had such a difficult time capturing the color of this that with the natural sunlight coming in, I wanted to do it from this angle. But alas, it's kind of difficult to turn it around. I didn't think that one, what I really need is 2 cameras, but that is not going to happen. So here is my twist here, and right there. And what I think is that is not quite enough twist for this type of fiber, so I want a little more twist in there. And you can see this beautiful halo, which is from the Mohair locks portion of it. So I'm putting a little more twist on this one. Now you can see, now this I like. You can see that, hopefully. There's a lot of fuzz here. But this is beautiful. I love that angle of ply there on the plyback test. Now there'll be 3 obviously when I do the socks, but I do like this, and I think this is going to give me the yarn I want. If you have less twist than 30 degrees, it is going to fall apart when you're trying to ply, and you will be very unhappy. And that is for the Superwash Merino because it is very slippery. I would not recommend that if you haven't spun before starting with this. I just realized I didn't check my WPI either. Well, we'll do that soon. So I am spinning for a fingering weight yarn. There is a cabled sock pattern that I've made in the past for my daughter from the Cookie A pattern book called Soccupied, and I am going to oh, this is good. See, I broke this right here. So let me show you what happens here. So let's just say I broke it like, I already reconnected and had plenty of twist in it. Let's do this. Let's just let it fall and let some of the twist come out. Now, what can happen is if I don't have enough twist on this, when I'm trying to pull this back on, but I had enough twist, let me spin one that doesn't have enough twist, and then it will be terrible. And you'll see what I mean. So let me do that first. Let's intentionally have a little less twist here. So what I'm going to do is let it wind on pretty quick here, and I'm just going to let it break. I'll let it get really thin and break. Okay, so it broke. There it goes onto my wheel. And now I'm like, oh, let me get this end and get this back out. And what's going to happen is, you can see this, it's just going to keep falling apart, and you're going to keep losing bits and bits and bits of it, and it's going to drive you nuts until you get back to a place where you had the right amount of twist. And then you will be ready to get going. So I'm just going to check this WPI here coming up. Let's give it another second. And let's check this out. So here is my 40, and I've got gaps on either side of this in a 40. So this is probably around a 45, if you can see that. And check the twist. And our twist looks very nice. I like the twist on this one. You see that? So I'm going to continue on like this. So if you don't have enough twist, it's all about the twist for superwash merino, and it is very, very slippery. So I'm treadling at a little faster of a cadence than I would normally treadle. And I'm on the small whirl of my regular whirl, which has 2 sizes on it. And I am also putting in extra twist by reducing my draw so it stays outside the orifice longer. And the pattern is going to be this really intricately cabled pattern that I love. I made it for my daughter with some other hand spun that I did in blue, and it looks so good. And I don't have any gray socks, so I thought, ooh, I'm going to do this for me. I'm going to check it out. I haven't made it in a long time, years. So the most exciting thing that I have on the horizon is I am going to be opening my store. Finally! It's been such a long time that I've been trying to get this together, but I think I'm going to have a website here in March. So sometime in March, I am going to start selling some of my hand-spun yarns and mostly hand-dyed top and art bats from all kinds of different fibers. Some of them that I've hand prepped and spun, or some of them that I've hand prepped and carded or combed, and others that I have purchased the raw materials and dyed, or purchased them colored and do the blends like you see me do a lot of. I tend to like to kind of blend a lot of stuff together. I'm really, really, really excited. I finally bit the bullet and hired some professionals to build me a website because I was gonna just figure it out and do it on my own and realize that I have absolutely no desire to figure out how to make a website. And it is not in my wheelhouse in any way, shape, or form. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it turns out. And once it's live, I will let you guys know. You just check it out and see, like, give me some feedback and see if anything needs to be changed or different. Let's see here. Ah, lovely. Maybe just a teeny bit more twist and that would be good, because you don't want this to break when you're plying. I think I'm gonna do just a little bit more twist, just a bit more. That should be plenty. I do love mohair locks in sock blends. Mohair, it wears really well, and it does give you a little bit of a halo. I don't think that the halo will in any way detract from the cables and the socks that I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna keep on doing this, and then I'll see you back here for the 3-ply, and then I think coming up, I'm gonna do some more of these superwash blends. I'm really liking them. I might do like a spring one with some pastel-y, like Easter egg kind of colors. And for that one, we can do the opposing 3-ply because I haven't done that in a long time. And I do love the opposing 3-ply sock knitting with it. It gives that little bit more elasticity to the yarn, which is very super cool. Here is our bobbin check-in, and this is the true color of that yarn. You can see the gray and the little halo from the mohair locks and the blue, and it looks so awesome. We're going to use this EEW 6 wheel today. Actually, I prefer to start with my hook down there. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and start this 3-ply. And the key to this one is not letting the twist untwist, because the twist is going to be the most important part of this. This is superwash merino, so it's really, really slippery. And you want to make sure that you have this properly tensioned on your Lazy Kate, because you don't want to get little pigtails and stuff that shoot off the sides. And let's see if we can get this going here. I'm not sure. What were we doing last on this? So we are on S-ply. I'm going to just increase our speed just a bit. Actually, probably like that. And let's just see what kind of draw we get. So I have my yarn here, nice and parallel. We're going to stop here very, very shortly just to get an initial look at this. So I'm going to be careful not to put too much twist in it. I don't want rope, but I do want this to be a firmer yarn. You can see how that looks. That looks lovely. And let's check our angle of ply just right out of the gate. Actually, it's probably going to be easier if I show this to you on the black side since I'm using a white surface here. Maybe. So I am right at 30 on here. I'm just looking to get a light piece. Yep, 30. Let's see how we are further back. Now I'm just going to go a little further back here. Yeah, I'm spot on 30. All right, so somehow I got it right out of the gate. I like it. So let's continue on. And I'm going to try to stay nice and consistent with my speed here. I like the speed that the twist is set, and this is lovely. This does a really good job when I ply thin stuff. I really do like it for this. I like it for a lot of plying stuff lately. Although I just plied a beautiful 2-ply on my Kromsky upstairs, and oh, it's the best wheel. I love that wheel. Let's see what yarn weight we're looking at here. So this is about a 20, which is lovely. I was really happy to be done early today so I could get home and get this video. But then I was like, oh, it's going to be nice. It won't be dark, but it's dark anyways. It's a totally rainy day. But it is 65 degrees outside, so it's warm and rainy. Here we are with our bobbin check-in, and I think this is looking lovely. Here we have it, my finished yarn. This is the 3-ply, and I'm just gonna do this quick because I have just a thread of daylight left, but it looks so good. We'll do a close-up here in just a minute. But here we go. Ta-da! Oh, I love it. Let me bring it in closer to the camera so you can see. Look at this. It turned out so good. I am loving it. I wanted you to see this before I lose the last threads of daylight here for photo taking. This is the true color, and I love, love, love it. You can see that there's gray with some light blue and purple through here. The light blue are the Mohair locks, and the light purple is the Superwash Merino with the gray. Looking awesome. And we ended up with a very nice fingering weight sock yarn here. This is probably going to be a 20 when it's finished. Let's get this in to soak. Here we have our final yarn. It's a nice overcast day, so you can really see the colors now. Look at this. And it came out to be a nice 20 WPI for a 3-ply. And it's looking marvelous. That's going to make a beautiful sock. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, spin happy. If you're interested in seeing how I made this bat, the link is here. You just click on it or in the comments below.